Alrighty, good morning everybody. It's Monday morning, it's after the big storm, and what Warren is doing right now is actually what was just gonna go down right when the storm blew up. So, and this is kind of funny, this morning he forgot that the hose was actually in the house, and he went down to the basement to turn on the water and kind of flooded the porch here. But anyway, towels are gonna soak that up. Good morning, Eska. You need to go out. Eska, go out. Oh my gosh. Alright, so you guys have asked a few times for a hot tub update. This is the hot tub that we bought from Walmart. It's just the Coleman Salu Spa Tahiti is what it says over there, right?
Yeah, top of the line.
And so we do every few weeks. We're getting a lot better. Okay, I'll back up. So the first week that we had it, we had to empty it, scrub it, and refill it right away. And then the next time, I think we went about 2 weeks. The time after that was 3 weeks. And I don't know, it's been a long time. But anyway, we were going to go in it on Saturday morning, a few hours actually before the storm hit. And I took the cover off, and since we hadn't used it in a while, because it had been so blasted hot lately, I hadn't taken the cover off, I hadn't replaced any chlorine tablets, and it did get slimy. So anyway, we emptied it, and this is how it goes. It's pretty easy to empty. Warren just unhooks the tube from right here, and we just let it all run. And since our patio here is just on a little tiny grade down, it just kind of runs off into the grass. And the chlorine water has not killed the grass yet. But this is just what Warren does. He puts some Dawn dish soap in, right?
Yep, and then I use a car scrubber to scrub it.
Oh, over here's the car scrubber, so he just scrubs it all up. Now, I will say the last time we didn't have to do that at all because it wasn't slimy. We were just replacing the water because, and I don't think we've ever done this, have we, where we lifted it up and scrubbed the bottom?
You're going to have to get the bottom up more because all the water is, well, it's glued in there.
Whew. So while they're cleaning it, I'll say we have actually been loving this. It hasn't been all that hard to maintain. It did take a little bit at the beginning. Let me just show you. So this is what I use here, these 6-way test strips. And yeah, I see there's an app for it. I don't use the app, I just use the back here. Each one of the different things it tests for: chlorine, pH, total alkalinity, total hardness, and cyanuric acid. And they just give a little color scale. And then you just match up the strip. There's the little strips in here. So I just do that every few days, making sure that the water, you know, is where it needs to be. It's okay. It's okay. Eska's outside, honey. She's just looking in. And then I use these 1-inch chlorinating tablets. Now, I was not able to find these anywhere in town. Just the bigger 3-inch discs, which don't work for the hot tub. This is the hot tub thing where you put the chlorine into. And so I can't do that. Alright, so I opened it up for you guys now. So this is what we put the chlorine into, and the 3-inch tab just wasn't working because, see, that goes down into it. Anyway, it just wasn't working. So I do order these from Amazon because I couldn't find these anywhere in town, the 1-inch cubes. And we just put the chlorinating tabs in there. Usually we only put 2 or 3 in.
Mom?
But when we're putting fresh water in, we have to really up it, because you have to kind of like shock the water. So this isn't quite closed all the way. Thank you. And then the filters just go into those little things. They're super easy to just unscrew.
You want to see how that's done?
Sure. Yep. So you just unscrew that and pull it apart, and then there's the filter. So those are brand new filters. And we have found that if the filters get clogged or, you know, filled up, what happens is the pump automatically turns off and you get an error. Because at first we were wondering, why is that happening? And then sure enough, we looked at the filter and it was kind of clogged up with debris.
Yeah.
Yep. And you guys will notice that, or maybe you don't notice this because you don't know what it looked like at the beginning, but all those like little pretend stones or dots that are in there, they used to be blue and a different, like a couple colors of blue and turquoise. But the last time, I think I overshocked it with too much chlorine and it actually bleached the color out of them.
Bleached it to yellow. Oh, like a
lime green?
What? That's not lime green.
Don't you think that's lime green?
No, that's yellow.
Okay, well,
There's some purple in there.
There's some purple in there and some pink. Good morning, Joe.
Light baby pink.
Look mine.
Yes, are you excited to get the hot tub filled again?
Really big fireworks.
Fireworks?
Yeah.
That was like 2 weeks ago. Now we're just going to fill this up. There's a line right over there, max fill, and it's the top black line. We're just going to fill it up to that, and then we will turn on the, it's kind of hard to see here, then we will turn on the pump and we'll set our, we'll turn it to Fahrenheit for us, then we will set our temperature and we will turn on the heat and the pump and it will start circulating the water. God bless you.
Thank you.
It'll start circulating the water and warm it up, and probably by tonight it will be hot enough to use, which will be nice because we're supposed to get some really nice weather this week. I guess I'll get it on the camera here, but I haven't gotten ready here for the day yet. But yeah, we're supposed to have some really nice weather this week, so I think it's going to be a great week to use the hot tub, so it'll be nice that it's all fresh. If you guys have any other questions or whatever, hop on over to the community tab. You can ask me other questions about the hot tub. What else might you want to know? The cost. It was about $300 at Walmart plus tax, and then the chemicals, those jugs of chemicals, the chlorinating tabs, I think were around $23. I think the little thing of strips was about $6 or $7. I do have a jug of pH up and a jug of pH down to adjust the water depending on where the pH is, and I think each of those jugs was right about $8 or so. So and I mean, I think those will probably last me forever because I use about a teaspoon at a time. As for the bubbles, I'm going to see if I can show you. This little like tube right here is actually where the air comes through, and there is not tubing from this filter all the way over to that filter. So that section right there is kind of like, maybe you would call it kind of the dead zone, but we all like that spot because the bubbles do come through pretty hard over here, and it does kind of sometimes bubble up in your face. So that actually is our favorite spot. So if we could change one thing about this, we wish that there was multiple air settings, because sometimes the bubbles are a little bit violent. That's pretty much it. It's not that much maintenance. It's not that hard to do. It's been a lot of fun. The kids love it. I found that Amber and Sam actually, I think, kind of bond over it a little bit. It's kind of nice. They'll, at night, after the little kids go to bed and like after Amber gets home from work, they'll go out in it, which is kind of fun. It's a total requirement that as the hot tub is filling that you just sit and watch it with a cup of coffee. So that's what we're gonna do. And I did just pick my very first cherry tomato, and they're actually not cherry. It's called Valentine is the variety, and so it's kind of interesting the way it's kind of shaped. Maybe they think that's shaped a little bit like a heart. Anyway, I'm gonna eat my very first cherry tomato this morning. That is good. Whoops, reverse. Sam's taking off in the truck and forgot to put it in reverse. But yeah, I can't believe it's gonna be a year until he gets his driver's license. That's gonna be a happy day. Yeah, and he's totally ready for it too. You know, kids that I think grow up on farms or in rural areas like this, they just get a lot of chances to drive well before their driving age. Not out on the roads, but you know, just like around the marsh and stuff like that. He's driving all the time, so I don't have any concerns with him for getting his license. All right, that's it for chatty time. I'm gonna sit here and finish up my coffee, and then we gotta move on with the day. So I was just putting on a little bit of makeup here, and I have to comb my hair here yet for the day, but I just noticed this. My makeup bag is just getting too overrun with stuff right now. I like to keep it. If it gets full, I have to start getting rid of stuff because I just don't like anything more than what can fit into this bag. So I'm gonna just kind of go through and just kind of go through that today. First off, I'm gonna line up everything here and just kind of go through the makeup. And then also, I wanted to mention to you guys that one way that I find to keep my bathroom pretty much clean. I mean, it's not clean right now because I haven't done what I have to do. But what I like to do is to just every morning do a little wipe down. So I'm just going to use these wipes. And I just do a real quick wipe down all the way around the sink, do a quick wipe down of the toilet. I'm going to empty the garbage real quick, and then I do a wipe down right around the floor of the toilet. And that really seems to help keep things pretty manageable. And this is the fastest and the easiest way to do that. I find that if I just do it like every day, it really only takes about a minute. All right, so I just lined up all of my eye makeup here, and I'm just going to kind of go through that. This is so old, I don't wear it anymore. This too, black is in there, and I don't ever wear that one. And I don't wear those ever anymore. I'm going to just keep this and get rid of all of that. All right, so here's just all of my like face stuff. I do absolutely love this here. This is the Infallible Pro Glow. There's a Pro Matte, which doesn't look good on my aging skin, but the Pro Glow I think looks really good, and I'm almost out, so next time I do my household haul, I'm gonna have to pick up another one of those. I know if I have less in here, I'll be able to get ready faster in the morning, so that is the goal here. Let's see, what else do I have in there for lip? Okay, that's everything, so let's go through this. This is what I'm gonna keep out of that whole big pile. And now everything else in here besides these little leftover tags, I'm going to keep. All of this stuff here is just like some brushes and things, and I do use those a lot. So now let's put everything back in here. Oh, this feels so good. I love going through stuff and getting rid of things that I know I'm never going to use. Okay, look at that, is very much manageable. And all of that is going to go. This is called Barkeeper's Friend.
Barkeeper's Friend?
Mm-hmm.
Weird. That's weird.
So it's time to switch gears now. I just did some laundry switch over, and now I have to get into the kitchen. I'm noticing that my sink is pretty filthy, so it's time to give that a good scrub. And then, since I'm in the kitchen, I'm going to start in on some kitchen stuff. I know that I want to do some cooking. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but I am going to be working on a little bit of cooking or baking or something, something food related. All right, let's take a look at it now.
Let me see.
Woo-wee! All right, so that is shiny again. Maria wants to take a look at it too. What do you think?
Ooh, clean.
Does it look nicer?
Especially that one, and it's stinky.
You don't like the smell of that? I don't really like the smell of that Barkeeper's Friend either, but I think it does a good job cleaning. So I just want to show you guys a product that was sent to me. This is, I'm going to say this, Aive, or AI, Yes, I'm just going to say it. Eve flip cap lids. If you're familiar with blender bottles, these are similar to blender bottle lids, but they're a little bit different size. They fit perfectly onto a wide mouth canning jar. And Amber likes to save whatever leftover coffee we have so that she can make iced coffee in the morning. And these lids make it really, really easy for her to pour out what she wants. Now there's actually just enough. She'll probably mix it right in this jar here, but they just make it really, really easy to be able to pour. You guys know also that we make cranberry juice and I make rhubarb juice, and so when we open up one of those jars, we just put one of these lids on. They don't have regular mouth yet. They only have the wide mouth lids, but they're just great. I just love them. They were sent to me by this company. They said, hey, would you like to try these? And I said, you bet, because like I said, you know, usually what I use are like these plastic lids here, and these work great too. However, oh, that one looks a little dirty. However, it doesn't help with the pouring. When you're trying to pour juice out of a canning jar, it seems like it's always spilling or dripping down the edge, and these make it so it doesn't happen. So just wanted to show you guys this. There'll be a link in the description box just in case you're interested. You can head on over to my Amazon store and you can read all about these. They do come in multiple colors. Black, I know they come in gray, and then I think they also come in like some other colors, like I don't even want to wager to guess, but I do believe I remember seeing them come in some other colors too. So check those out if you're interested. We're getting pretty low on breakfast food right now, especially for the kids. So I thought I'm just going to make, I'm hoping to make 4 different kinds of muffins. We're going to get started here with the first recipe, and these are called bakery style chocolate chip muffins. And this recipe is from a blog called Sally's Baking Addiction bakery style chocolate chip muffins. Okay, so that's what I'm going to get started on. I'm going to make these as mini muffins. I think the kids will just find that kind of fun. If you want to help, you have to scrub your hands with lots of soap and water, and then you have to put on a apron. What? Yes, you can be reading right now. That's totally fine. Okay, so as is usual with most muffins, you usually mix the dry ingredients in one bowl, the wet ingredients in another bowl, and then mix it together, stir it gently, and call it good. So I'm going to get started by putting in 3 cups of flour. Yeah. You washed your hands? Mm-hmm. They smell good? Let me smell. Okay, they smell like soap. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now Peter, you're going to have to get the, it says 2 teaspoons on it, a little measuring spoon for 2 teaspoons. And you're going to do the baking powder. No, it's a teaspoon, so it's going to be one with a handle. And it's going to have a 2 teaspoon on it, okay? It's going to be metal. I'm going to put in a half a teaspoon of salt.
But it also has a 10.
Yep, that's 10 mils. So you're going to measure out 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
Just 1?
Yep. Nope, we need 4 teaspoons total.
Oh, geez.
So here, if this is 2, how many of those are you going to put in?
3 more.
No. If this is a total of 2 teaspoons and we need 4 teaspoons, how many of those are you going to put in there?
1 more?
Yep. And then I'm going to do the cinnamon. That's 1 teaspoon of cinnamon.
What kind of muffins?
These are chocolate chip bakery muffins. And then we're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg.
Can I put in the chocolate chips in a
When it's time, yep.
What can I do with anything?
You can get a spoon, like a wooden spoon. You can just give this a gentle stir. Okay, now over in my other bowl here, I'm going to start putting in like the sugars and the wet ingredients. So we're going to crack in 2 eggs.
Can I crack in one of these?
You're stirring that right now.
I bet this is going to taste real good. Are all the muffins going to be little?
No, we're just going to make the chocolate chip ones little, okay?
Is this good?
And then we need 1 cup of sugar.
Oh, is this good?
Yes, that's very good. That's very good.
Can I
Okay, to the 2 eggs, we're going to put in 1 cup of sugar.
Yes.
And then we're going to put in a cup of buttermilk. Now, I don't have buttermilk on hand, so what I'm going to do, where did my 1 cup go? I'm just going to use this one. And we're going to put in some lemon juice, about a tablespoon of lemon juice I'm going to start with. And then we're going to pour in the milk, and that sort of makes it curdle a little bit and basically makes buttermilk. So 1 cup. You want to bring the spoon over and give that a good stir. We need a 1/2 cup of oil.
Wait, Mom, why
Yes.
do some? When you open it, it's in the wet stuff. Some of it is dry.
I don't know. Oh, because I have sugar in here. So here's a 1/2 cup of oil. The recipe calls for canola or vegetable. I happen to have canola here.
And vegetable.
And I have vegetable oil too. I just didn't know if I was going to have enough of this. And then we need a teaspoon of vanilla. Looks good. Okay, you get all that stirred up. We want to stir that really well. Okay, so Peter's just going to pour the wet ingredients into our dry ingredient bowl. You know what? I don't know if everybody can see what we're doing here. Let's get it on you, huh? Pour it all in there. Very good. I'm going to take this. I'm going to kind of scrape it so we get
And then
all.
can I mix?
And then you can mix. Now this batter is going to be really thick and it's going to be slightly lumpy, but that is okay. And since I'm doing mini muffins, I'm going to do mini chocolate chips so they spread out better. You're doing this part right now. So we need to put in 1.5 cups of chocolate chips.
Are the muffins gonna come out lumpy?
No, the muffins will not come out lumpy.
Okay. Mom, will they look like just like regular chocolate chip muffins?
They will look like regular chocolate chip muffins, yep. Now what we want to do is we want to fold, okay? So watch me once. Fold means where you kind of scoop from the bottom and you fold it over the top.
Okay.
Okay? And as soon as he gets all of that incorporated, I'm going to put in the chocolate chips. I see that I have about a little more than a cup. I'm going to call that good. I think that'll be chocolatey enough.
How Mom, all the chocolate chips are all greasy and hard for all of them to get down. And Mom, is this another one of those fold mixes?
Another one of what mixes?
The fold mix.
Okay.
Where you go from the bottom and fold it over?
Fold in, yep, you can fold in the chocolate chips.
And it's working good.
Good. And then we're going to use our cookie scoop.
Good. Oh, you never
We're going to
got
use
that
this to
out.
fill.
Wow.
So I just have a little mini muffin.
Bit of the back.
Not yet. And what I'm going to do is I'm just using this cookie scoop here. We'll just put 1 scoop of muffin batter into each of the little muffin cups.
How easy is this?
It's super easy. You want to do it? So you want to make sure you scrape it up to level it off so they're all the same size, okay?
Well,
Whoops.
and how does it make it go down?
Whoop, just go like this. When you squeeze it, it has a little bar in there that kind of slides it. Okay, so while Peter is working that up, I did preheat the oven to 375 degrees, and the recipe says that these need to bake. Whoops, sorry, bud. It says for the mini muffin size that they need to bake at 375 for 11 to 12 minutes. Now, I'm using a dark pan, and I don't really want to risk burning them. So I'm actually gonna set the timer for 10 minutes to start off with. We can always add 1 to 2 minutes if they're not done, but you know, you can't take the time away. So we're always gonna start out easy because this is a printed recipe, like I said, that I got from a blog. I really think that Amber made them the first time. I don't think it's something that I've made already.
I bet she put, for the flour, she put protein powder in.
You think she put protein powder? She might have done that, I don't know. I have to say, this recipe says that this is gonna make 30 mini muffins. This is 24 right here. And as you can see, I'm thinking it's gonna make more like 50. I think it's gonna make a lot of muffins. I'm gonna start assembling ingredients for the next muffins. The next style of muffin we're gonna make are called cinnamon muffins.
And Mom, I got here right at time.
I know. Cinnamon muffins are gonna be next, and that's one of the kids' very favorite muffins.
Are these chocolate chip? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're called bakery style chocolate chip muffins, and they're mini. I know. Before.
Yep. All right, so for the cinnamon muffins, we're gonna need shortening. We already have the sugar out. We have the flour. We have baking powder, salt, nutmeg, and milk. That's it. Oh, and we need an egg. So, and I have 1 egg left here.
How many eggs?
So for this recipe, what we're gonna be doing is we're going to start with the wet ingredients and we're gonna cream them in here. So
Okay.
can you get, what do you wanna do? Do you wanna, we need to measure, okay, you do the egg. Crack an egg in there, and then you could get a fork and just kind of fork it a little bit.
Joe.
Sometimes this will make a full dozen, sometimes it doesn't. Nope, I'm gonna do these, Peter, because I wanna make sure that I can get a whole dozen out of this, okay?
Is that all 12?
And this is just a super creamy batter for kids who don't like chunks or bits of fruit or whatever in their muffins. This is the perfect recipe. I've never met anyone
Ew, what kind is this?
who doesn't like this. These are the cinnamon muffins. We are not gonna get a full dozen out of this, bud. Well, maybe.
How many do we have right now?
This is the 10th, but I'm hoping that what you have there we can add to it and it'll be just enough. Ready?
Oh.
Right there.
10.
10, perfect. Okay, this you can lick if you want.
Maria, do you want to lick something?
Do you want to lick something, Maria?
Yes.
I have a spoon and a spatula. You want both of them?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. So what's going to happen with these muffins here is they're going to go into the oven for, the recipe says 15 to 20. I have marked 14 minutes on my recipe card here. Alrighty, the first batch of chocolate chip muffins. The timer's beeping on us and they look done. Yep. You know what, Peter, I think I'll help get these out, okay, so they don't get smushed. Let's see here. We gotta try to lift these out right without smushing them. Ooh, that is hot. Now we're gonna go straight into these muffins.
Peter.
Let's double check that these go at 375, okay, Peter? Cinnamon muffins go for 350. Whoa, I know. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cancel off, we're gonna hit bake, and we're gonna hit start. And it's gonna be hot enough already. I'm just gonna open this up, because did you guys know that your oven drops about 25 degrees each time you open the door? So there we go. I open the door for a minute to drop that temp to 350. when I'm doing a bunch of like batch cooking like this, where I'm kind of making a lot of the same style of thing, I tend to use the same mixing bowls and things like that over and over. So I usually don't even use the dishwasher because it just takes too long. So I just keep some hot soapy water here. That's what I did. Why are you guys arguing in the background?
Because I wanted to lick this because Maria had 4.
All right, so I'm really glad I only went with 10 minutes on these. I think 11 minutes would have been just too much. Here's what the bottom looks like, and just nicely golden brown.
The bottom is perfectly golden.
It is perfectly golden, Peter. Oh, Peter, you make me laugh.
Can I have one?
Yes, they're going to be a little warm right now,
Yeah.
but you can have one if you'd like.
Maria, take that one. It has the most.
You give us, you taste it, Maria, and let us know if they're good. You know what we forgot to do? These were supposed to have sugar sprinkled on them.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, Mom, can we quick make up some sugar?
No, not now. You have to sprinkle it on before they go into the oven. What do you think, Maria?
Hot, but good.
Hot but good. I like that. So last week the kids and I went to a library book sale, and of course I picked up a cookbook. I picked up 2 of them actually. One on canning and preserving without sugar, and then another one is this one. This recipe here, Peter, is going to be from the new cookbook that I just picked up. So I found in here, of course, a cranberry recipe. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but I have been working on writing a cookbook. Hopefully that is going to be out before, I can't even say. I don't even know when it's going to be out. But anyway, I did find this recipe in here, cranberry surprise muffins, and I really want to try this. It's just such a basic recipe. Again, look at this. It's just flour, sugar, baking powder, salt, eggs, milk, some melted butter, and cranberry sauce. I happen to have a couple cans of cranberry sauce in my pantry right now, actually like store-bought cranberry sauce. I think it's whole berry though, which isn't going to make a difference. Warren is going to love those nonetheless. So well, I hope he's going to love them. So we're going to try this recipe next. Okay, so the recipe says to take about a tablespoon. Let me make sure, Peter. It says a rounded tablespoon onto each one. So probably about, here, hold the can. Probably about that much. Okay. And we're going to just spoon it just like that. Okay? Maria's keeping busy here with a whole pile of little bird boxes that Grandma gave her, so she's been just playing all kinds of things, huh?
Right now, these are packages I need.
Oh, they're packages? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to lift these out. Take it out. Let's look at the bottom. Make sure we got the bottom. Okay, so yes, these were in for 14
and then here's
minutes.
the top.
Okay, so you're going to dip the top into the butter. And then you are going to roll it in the cinnamon sugar. And then you're going to tip it up and put it right here. Beautiful. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to go through and do that to each of these muffins. And I just realized that I read the recipe wrong. I told Peter that we were supposed to use this whole can, where this is 14 ounces and we really only wanted a cup, which would have been 8 ounces. So these aren't going to be quite the surprise like it says they are, because I can't quite get, because we used a little too much cranberry sauce, that I can't quite get the batter. Well, maybe if I do this to cover it, I do think that the batter is going to stick out during the baking time.
Well, what about on the side?
Yeah, it might on the sides too. I don't know. Brand new recipe. It's always fun to try something new and kind of expand our horizons a little bit.
But it'll still be a...
I think it's still going to taste really good though,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so we're going to pop
care
these.
if it's so much of a surprise.
Right. These actually go in the oven for 400 degrees for, it says, 12 to 15 minutes. And Peter is going to take these chocolate chip muffins. Those got perfect again. He's going to take these over and get them cooling. And then we can fill the pan again, because look at how much batter we still have. It said 30 mini muffins, guys. So far we've made 48. The fourth and final recipe that we're going to be making are zucchini chocolate chip muffins. And again, this is an absolute kid favorite, at least in our household it is. The zucchini just blends so nicely in with the batter and the chocolate chips. It's just so good. I've made these so many times. I know that I could probably find video upon video where I'm making these, but we're gonna do it again because we just love them so much. Can you guys believe that it's already lunchtime? In 5 minutes, Warren and Sam are gonna be coming in for lunch. They're gonna drag Joe in. He's been out on the sand pile the whole day, or you know, this whole time we've been baking. But since we have all these muffins, I thought, why not just do kind of a breakfast for lunch today? I have some hash browns. These are just like those frozen hash brown patties. I'm gonna get those going. And then I'm also gonna make a big pan of scrambled eggs. And I'm gonna see what I have for meat. I might have some bacon that I can get going in a fry pan too. I can't use my oven right now because I have muffins in there. But we're just gonna have a big breakfast for lunch here. That's what's gonna happen. Here is what the cranberry surprise muffins look like. I think I'm a little concerned about how they're going to come out of here. They've been sitting for about 5 or 8 minutes since coming out of the oven. Now we're going to take them over here and see what we can do. Let's get them up here, Peter.
Sam, these are the cranberry surprise.
So let's maybe move this a little bit over and set that there. They shouldn't be too hot. No, it's not too hot. Let's use this, Peter. This one looks like this one's gonna be easy. Whoa, I don't know.
I think we should use that bigger one, Mom.
I don't know.
Cause that butter knife, it cuts them way too easy.
It does. No, I like this one the best, Peter.
Why?
Because I can be a little bit more precise with it.
What does precise mean?
It has a narrower blade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ready? You got it? Pick it up.
Okay.
Oh, they're actually looking really, really nice. Awesome. Okay, these are looking really good. I can't wait to try one of these. All right, Peter, you go for it. Make sure you're going straight down so we don't make holes in them. Okay, so it is about 1:30 right now, actually, exactly 1:30. And it took us a little longer to have lunch today just because since I made those, you know, I didn't really start on it until technically 10 to noon. And we needed to make scrambled eggs, and then I made, what in the world are those? Hash brown patties. So that kind of just took a little time. By the time everybody kind of got around to eating and everything, it was close to 12:30. So we did get everything cleaned up. Amber is working on emptying the dishwasher, although she did just, there it is, emptying the dishwasher, but she did just get called out from Warren to help him and Sam to set the pump house because, as you guys know, on Saturday it blew into the reservoir. Warren had to get it back out. And now this morning him and Sam worked on kind of trying to straighten it as best they could. And now they set it back over the pumps and the engines. So anyway, they needed an extra set of hands, so she was helping them with that. I just washed up the dishes over there rather than wait around to load up the dishwasher. And now I'm finally going to get going on the last kind of muffin. That's going to be the zucchini chocolate chip. Excited to do that. And here is the state of our muffins right now. It's kind of surprising to me how many have already gotten eaten in just that short while. But as we were baking, Peter and Maria were snacking, and then Warren and Sam came in from work, and I think they were just hungry. So I saw them eating plenty. And I have to tell you guys, these cranberry surprise muffins are so good. I don't know if it's the cranberry sauce in them. The batter is so good. I love that there's, I think there was 4 teaspoons, if I'm not mistaken, 4 teaspoons of baking powder in there. So they almost have sort of a pancakey kind of a flavor. They're just really, really, really good. Peter's being a good big, no, not big brother, little brother to Sam, aren't you? Taking him out some ice water while he works. So we are finally getting outside here, at least I am. And Joe is all ready to go swimming. He heard me say,
Later.
yeah, I said later we're gonna go swimming. What's that black all over your chest?
I know.
You don't know what it is? Something from,
Probably black
Yes.
dirt.
But it's cakes.
it's birthday cake?
No, cakes.
Cakes,
No, tights.
tights.
Probably like
I don't think you know what it is. I think it came from Dad's shop.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go swimming?
Yes.
Okay,
Later.
so yeah, we're gonna go swimming now. So what you should do is go get your life vest.
on the
Okay.
sand pile.
Are you going to swim or are you just going to play out here? Because it is really sunny.
I'll swim.
Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to water flowers here while you guys get ready to go swimming, okay?
Okay.
Look at, we have just a few of these little, I don't think they're called tiger lilies because they don't have that black
Orange.
dots in them, but they are pretty nonetheless.
But dark orange.
They are dark orange. I love them. Aren't they pretty? They are very pretty. All right, let's get my wagon and all my jugs, and we are going to go fill these up in water. If I can drive this thing backwards. Wow, how does that happen? There we go. I've never been one that can back up a trailer very well. Uh-oh, I'm going to knock over the... Boom. There goes the rake.
Oops.
You should be helping me, Joe.
Oops. Yeah,
You agree?
Yeah.
I agree, too.
No. No, I do. Watch out.
Watch out. Whoops, watch your feet.
Watch your feet.
All right, let's go water. And this verbena has been doing really well this year. I found that they like a ton of water, so even if this is damp, I still pour on the water because it just seems like it likes a lot of water. It likes to stay wet. And yeah, it's just been staying so beautifully white. I just love that so much. I really like this, and I think this mixed with the white verbena would be so pretty in one big pot. I think that, ooh, flying ants. I think this would just be set off so pretty against that white. So anyway, all right, I really have to water. The kids have gone down by the water and trying to keep an eye on them and water at the same time here. So my plan here was to give you guys a look at the pump house as they were kind of setting it back in place and everything, but I was too late. I was watering flowers and everything, keeping an eye on the kids swimming down here, but it's just back to looking fairly close to what it looked like before the weekend storm. The only thing different is rather than just put in earth anchors, they're actually are digging down, and then maybe I can show you this one might be better. Okay, so it looks like what they're doing here is they're digging down, and then Warren has to go to Fleet Farm tonight, and he's going to pick up some Quickcrete, and they are going to concrete this in. It's kind of hard to believe that, like Friday it looked pretty much like that, but just no dents and no tears in any of the steel sheeting, and Saturday it looked like it was a goner, and now here it is back to looking like this again. Yeah, so alright, so that was a big deal. Everybody's just a swimming. Are you giving yourself a little mud pack?
It's actually keeping my skin warm.
Warm?
Yeah.
Are you too cold?
Peter's shivering. My arms have goosebumps.
You want what? Say that louder. He just said he wants hot chocolate when we go inside. You know, the thing about today is that it's just a gorgeous sunny day, but the humidity is so much lower than it was just last week and everything. And so it doesn't, the air, I mean, when the breeze blows on you, instead of it kind of feeling good, it actually is kind of chilly.
Then tell me to give you this. It actually keeps yourself warm.
It's like a mud spa treatment, huh?
Yeah. It feels good too.
Does it feel good?
Once it dries, it feels good when you do this.
Oh, because you kind of like almost breaks, huh?
Don't splash me!
and like you pat it down. I'd like to do my other one, but it's my spot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to do my hand too?
Sure.
It's like I have a sleeve. It's actually like a sleeve.
It is like a sleeve.
But I just gotta do way up here on my shoulder. That's nice. Oh, that's so nice. Oh my gosh, look what I did to me! Look what I did to myself.
Alrighty, so we are done with our swim. Well, I didn't swim, but everybody else is done swimming. Uh-oh, what did you bring down?
But it's so wet!
You gotta bring it.
The last one to use it.
If you brought it, remember our rule? If you bring it down to the water, you gotta bring it back.
Like, then I can't play superhero, and I'm all dry and I want to stay dry.
I know, but our rule is our rule. If you bring it down, you gotta bring it back. Oh, Sam, how you doing?
Hot.
You're hot?
Yeah. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, but I got beads of sweat all over my face.
Beads of sweat? Let's see if we can pick it up. I don't know.
That water was cold. Oh, that water was cold.
The water was kind of cold. All right, well, let's go back in. We're gonna get warmed up.
We're gonna watch one episode of Dora, and then we're gonna watch some Looney Tunes.
No! Fancy Nancy.
No, Maria. I thought you wanted to do Dora.
Fancy Nancy.
Oh, Mom, I can stand up doing one-handed.
Cool.
No, Dora the Explorer.
Come on, Joe, we're waiting.
But Mom, first can we do Looney
Sliding
Tunes?
home. Mom,
What, hon?
let's go to Looney Tunes.
No, Maria had asked me first before about watching something on my computer.
Okay, Mara, what do you want to watch on Mom's computer?
Everybody, go back. Back, back, back. 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 Don't tell me to go back. Go back. No. Go back. Go back.
Slow.
I'm also noticing we've got sticks everywhere, so I think this evening after supper I'm gonna bring the kids all outside and we are gonna pick up sticks and we're gonna pile them all up on the campfire spot, and then sometime when we have not so much wind we're gonna have a campfire. Supper is all done now, and we just kind of had some leftovers. I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately, but I feel like what happens now is that, especially with Amber working and not always home, and Sam has kind of been on the run a lot lately, is that a lot of times it's just Warren and myself and the little kids home at mealtime. And what happens is I cook too much for for just the 5 of us, and so we end up having leftovers for sometimes seems like quite a while. So anyway, that's what we did. We polished off a bunch of leftovers for supper tonight. Warren actually took his brother out for supper, so they were doing that. And now I just kind of talked Sam into taking Joseph and Peter and Maria outside, so we'll have to catch up with them in a little while to see what they're doing. But I think they're going to be doing some kickball and maybe some baseball or something. And I said, I just would like 1 hour. I haven't had any time all day long to work on editing, and I have a video that I'm working on right now, and I'm getting so close to being done. So that's what I'm going to do. I said I just want 1 hour. So that was at 6:12. It's now 6:16. I have until 7:12 to work on some editing, and then probably go catch up with them, see what they're doing outside, and then we are working on a read aloud right now. So I'm hoping to get a couple chapters of that read to the kids tonight. One, because I'm enjoying the book too, and 2, it is just a gorgeous day outside, so I thought it'd be kind of nice to read outside. So that's it, just working on some editing. So I'm done with that video. It's just doing what it has to do right now. It has to export, and then once it exports, then it actually goes to uploading to YouTube. So anyway, hopefully by tomorrow morning there should be a video up. And in that video, I bring you guys down to the garden here, and it did not look this grassy in that video. So I'm just going to turn the camera on my garden yet again for you guys so you can see how things are looking here. And here is what I'm attempting to do right now. So as you can see, I have so much grass coming up through the straw. And like here is a pepper plant. And so what I did is I just kind of weeded around the pepper plant. And so I'm just kind of working my way down. Here's another one, and there's one. These peppers are still so tiny. Look at this one. It's like you can hardly even see it down in there. Here's one. It's looking a little bit better. Now this one doesn't have too much grass around it, but I've just been going down, trying to pull, kind of reach underneath the straw and just kind of pull the weeds from under the straw without disturbing the straw too much. So that one looks pretty good there now. Maybe not. Maybe I'll get those right there too. This pepper looks putrid. My gosh. Whew. And I'm starting to get eaten alive. So as you can see, I'm just going underneath the straw and kind of pulling, trying to make a circle around my plants. I have been doing a little bit of research. I guess when I say research, I've just been talking to my friend who is doing kind of this new method of gardening this year, sort of a no-till method. And anyway, I've been kind of talking with her, and I'm starting to think that next year we might have to try something different. Warren had suggested something like that this year, but it just seemed too close to planting season to try to wrap my brain around something brand new. So we just had to go with what we knew. And then I tried the straw this year, and obviously I got the straw down too late, or the grass, ooh, mosquitoes, 2 of them on my hand, or the grass is just stronger than the straw. So I do know, even for all my complaining about the weeds, I do know that I will end up harvesting crops from the garden. I mean, I have every single year for 22 years or 23 years. And even with the weeds, I still manage to harvest things. But still, it's frustrating because you put so much time in, you just want it to look good. And I know I shouldn't do the comparison thing, but man, you drive by some people's gardens and they're just so gorgeous. I mean, there's not a single weed and the dirt is just black. There's nothing covering it, and it just kind of stays there, and I'm always in awe of that. Ooh, nasty mosquitoes, nasty mosquitoes. I think I just heard Warren come home. This is kind of cool. This is my head lettuce this year. I think it's doing really well. It's starting to do that whole, whoops, now I just got dirt on it, shoot. It's starting to do that whole kind of like curl over thing. I'm starting to feel, it's starting to feel firm. So that means that I'm actually getting a head of lettuce. That's exciting. I've never, maybe one other year I grew head lettuce, but the heads actually ended up all rotting. So I'm going to have to pick these sooner than later. And this is romaine, and these are getting really, really nice. But the problem, guys, I'm going to have 4 heads of romaine at once, and I don't know how we're going to manage to eat those all up at once. I might have to give them away. Okay, so that was not nearly enough garden time for me, but we are going to go to Sparky's softball game tonight. And that is at 8:30, and so it's 8 o'clock right now, and I need to get in, make sure those kids go potty, get a sweatshirt, because believe it or not, it might get a little bit chilly here tonight. So that is the state of the evening. And yep, Peter, he came down to tell me that it was getting close to time to go. Warren's home, although I don't see the truck. But anyway, so we better get moving. What's in there? Yippee! Stuck on him, huh? Yippee! I know, you're excited. Yippee!
Get short, get DL. Jamie's up, Stevie's on deck.
I gotta be back.
Swing! Ooh!
Come on!
Score. Diane the batter.
Yeah,
How kind of a batter?
he's good. He made a good hit before, but they caught it right away.
Have you ever played a home run?
He's probably made a home run sometime. Emily's gonna make a score here.
Jamie's now up.
What do you guys think? Joe, you gotta keep your fingers out of your mouth.
No.
It's like exactly like
Uh-huh.
it's like exactly like that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but just a harder ball, and it's yellow, not white.
Oh, foul. Alrighty, guys. That's a wrap on the day. Sam, you want to say goodnight to everyone? In your puppy blanket that you're wrapped in?
Hey, adios.